Welcome to this very chaotic engine talk. So nothing's going to plan today. All right, I'm not even supposed to be here because I don't even want to listen to engine talk. I'm here with Jeff from Narrowboat Credit Limit, and I'm here with Dave from Narrowboat Changing Pace, and we're joined by Mr. Warner from Narrowboat Nutshell, who is currently in his car having just put in a head gasket or something. We're not sure whether Glen can actually see us, hear us, or...
Yeah, I can see you all. Yeah.
Yes.
You're very small. You're like little ants in the corner of my screen.
It doesn't matter, Glen. You just listen and you just talk. I'll read the chat to you. And basically, I don't actually want to say anything today because it's technical stuff. And you know, my interest in such things is very limited. So, Glen,
you might have to be my puppet, I'm afraid. If someone can't hear me, you might have to relay it. So
I will do.
Question.
Go on then.
Why does it take you so long to do the head gasket?
I don't even want to talk about it, mate. If I'd have had my tools, it would have been fine. But I just had a nightmare of tools. I needed an 18mm and a 16mm socket, and I had neither.
Well, you know what they say about workmen and their tools.
Yeah, I know. It's my son's tools, and they're very bitty.
And that's why it took you so long.
So, well, I was here at 2 o'clock, and literally I got it running about an hour ago.
Yeah, it took you a long time.
It did. It should have been back to go. Just I just literally struggled with tools. So it drives fine now though. It's done. So it's all good.
You have a day off tomorrow.
I am. That's why I wanted to get it done tonight, which is why Lisa, don't forget your thing at 7 o'clock. I was like, oh, I can't even say what I was going to say, but it was not. It was not good, and it's been a stressy few hours, and I'm soaking wet as well because it was absolutely pouring with rain.
You needed a beer, mate.
Yeah, I know. I needed something. Anyway.
So Martin's just said, "Hi all. Where is Glen? Engine room? ?
Yeah.
No, I haven't put him in the engine room, Martin. Do you want to explain where you are, Glen?
I'm sitting in the car I'm in Banbury. No, I'm not in Banbury, actually. I'm in Middleton Cheney. And I've just had to fix my son's car. I started fixing it on Saturday, and literally, so I've only been outside his garage, and obviously I can't go in his house because I'd be breaking the rules. So I'm sitting in my car doing this, which is why the lighting's terrible and why I'm doing it from my phone. So
yeah,
that's
well,
why.
Glad you made it, Glen.
Yeah. Any more questions?
No more questions. But do you want to? What was that? Oh,
We're on his own at the moment.
Yeah, on your own. You can just.
No, we've got 23 people watching, isn't there? So
I don't know, Glen. We can't see that.
Does anybody know where the air filter is on my engine, on my boat? Not Isuzu.
Say that again, Jeff.
Anybody know where the air filter is on my Isuzu boat engine? Because I cannot find it.
Ooh.
It got one. I don't think it has.
I mean, the air filter on mine, you can't miss it. It's about 18-inch long, big round circle.
Yeah, same as mine, yeah.
I haven't got one of them. It's not there.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it's got to have an air inflow, hasn't it? It's got to have an air intake.
Have an air intake, yeah.
Someone told me it could be a little grid in between the water tank, if you like, and the manifold. You can't see it.
Right. Okay.
I can't find it. Right?
Have you Googled it, mate?
Have you not got a workshop manual for it? No.
Or would you want one of them?
Yeah. Anyway, no. We need to have a look. I keep meaning to have a look at that.
We'll get the floor up and see if you can find it, because I can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
This might be a stupid question, but where are air filters normally?
Right on top of the engine.
They're normally like a saucepan. It looks like a saucepan, and it's normally inside that, or it's a little canister at the side. We've got none of that.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's weird.
Mm.
And it's on Zuzu, did you say?
Zuzu, yeah.
It's not
Okay.
a marinized engine, and it hasn't got an airbox.
No.
Ours is about a Shire, and and you can't miss it. It's a big, black, round, plastic, tubular affair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Can't.
That's
what
a
engine
weird
have
one.
you got, Glenn?
It's what? Sorry,
What engine have you got?
Perkins.
Perkins.
It's a 2-litre 4-cylinder, and it's got a big airbox with an adjustable. You can adjust the for the weather.
All right.
It's got a little like screw-in valve, which
From winter to summer.
yeah, from winter to summer, hot to cold, yeah, green to red, whatever. You know, I presume it's for also different atmospheres.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and yeah, I've changed it. I have changed mine, so I know it's definitely that's what it is. So I changed the air filter a little while ago, so I know that's what it is. But yeah. So what else have we got to talk about, Lisa?
So there's lots of comments coming in now, Glenn. So Harry said, "What work has everyone done on their engines?"
Me. Oh, so I start.
Yeah, Glenn.
So I start. So I've done the head gasket. I've done the fuel pump, as in got it refurbed and refitted it. I've done the water pump. I've retimed the valves. I've obviously done loads of oil changes and filter changes. What was the last thing I did? Oh yeah, and I just replaced all the injectors. So I've done quite a lot to our engine. But I'm quite lucky.
You should get a badge, Glenn.
Yeah, I'm quite lucky in our boat because obviously the engine is off to one side and I can sit next to it on a stool. So I haven't got to climb down a hole to do anything. I can just literally sit next to it and I can have access to all those bits and bobs without getting wet or putting my head down a hole.
I've done an alternator and changed the oil. That's it.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. It ain't broke. Leave it alone.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I've just spent 2 weekends down in our engine bay. Because just before we came back to the moorings, we broke down. We had the diesel bug.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was quite interesting.
How bad is it? How bad is it? We've not had the diesel bug. What does it look like?
Jelly.
Yeah. The first fuel filter, when the engineer took it off, just full of sludge, brown sludge. It were awful.
Yeah.
Luckily, it hadn't got further than that.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any problems with engine once. Changed the filters. Well, the engineer changed the filters. Still couldn't get it working, so I ended up taking all the fuel pipes off separately, blowing them out with compressed air, and I think what the problem were, a pickup pipe from the tank, yeah, that was the only one he hadn't cleaned, and when I blew bike with compressed air through that, they were allowed pop into the tank, so I think it had brought some sludge up the pickup pipe.
Yeah.
And that's why it weren't, when he changed the filters, it weren't doing it. But once I cleaned all pipes out, compressed air, wet system, it started up straight away.
Does that happen in the tank or does it happen in the lines?
No, it happens in the tank.
You keep your tank full up, though.
Well, we've been out all summer. We've been cruising since June.
Yeah,
So I've been filling it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't going down as soon as I've bought the tank.
it's a little bit difficult when you're cruising, because you don't often, well, came across a lot of boatyards, but a lot of them were shut due to COVID.
Right.
Filling up when and where we could. So, but we filled up 4 times while we were out.
Yeah.
But it's the water that sits in the bottom of your tank, because water's heavier than diesel. It drops at the bottom of your tank, and your diesel sits on top of it, and it's where the water and the diesel meet that's where the bug grows.
Right.
But you know what causes the water, don't it? Condensation.
Condensation.
If you can keep your tank full up, the less chance you've got of getting it.
Yeah. Yeah. We've not had it. Obviously, I don't never let the boat run much lower than half a tank. So
Yeah, I don't.
So I don't know. I don't. And does the conditioner get rid of it? Or actually, I think Jules Fuels puts debug in already, doesn't she?
Yeah, I think a lot of them do.
Yeah. Is anyone else getting that crackling?
Yeah, we can hear it. I think it's you, Glen.
I don't think I've got full internet.
No, but I think you'll move it lower.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've got the phone really, really close. It's not. I don't think it's me.
Okay.
But I'm getting crackling off everybody.
I'm getting crackling.
Yeah, we're all getting crackling. So, just in case you're joining us late, this is not the perfect setup of how we wanted it today. It is definitely you, Glen. Honestly, every time you move, it's crackling.
Yeah.
Then keep still, see if it stops.
Keep still. So Glen has just spent the day fitting a head gasket, and his internet isn't very good. He is currently sitting in the car. I don't know where that's come from. Clicking.
I'm on his Wi-Fi, so I'm like on.
No, it's not the Wi-Fi. It's when you move your phone, I think.
Yeah, it's when you move your phone.
Keeps freezing up, doesn't it?
I wonder if I remove Glen for a minute. Hold on 1 second.
Let me mute. Hang on.
One second.
Out.
Is that better?
It's gone now.
It's gone, but so has Glen.
His sound's gone, but he's still there.
He's frozen. While he's doing that, thank God the clicking's gone. I'm just going to read some of the comments. So, Chris says hello. Janet says hello. Good evening from Cumbria. Christine wishing us a Merry Christmas from Tasmania in Australia. Sue saying well done, Glen. Yeah, we need to give Glen a pat on the back. I think we've lost him. Anyway, Chris is saying good evening from the Black Country. Mitch, hi everyone. Melanie says, is that tea in my cup? Hopefully something stronger. It is tea. Charlie says that he's riveted by this engine chat. So, hello, Charlie. Great question from Midge here on narrowboats. Do most of you have double glazed windows?
No, worse luck.
Oh, you don't. Yeah, you suffer from condensation, don't you?
That's we've got dogs. I think there's like 2 dogs and us in it, and there's a lot of breathing over the night, and it's terrible.
Lots of condensation. Seeing we've lost Glen, I am going to answer that. We haven't got double glazing, and Glen curses our windows. You don't have double glazing, do you, Dave? No.
Oh, we did look into it when we were building boat, but the problem, or at the time when we were looking at the double glazing, you could get windows to fit the boat, but you couldn't get windows that opened.
Right.
So you sort of like in summer you're just roasted. So we've got big windows. We've got 4 foot by 2 foot windows that half of the window slides open. So we get a lot of air in the boat in summer. But yeah, it's single glazed. So fortunately, you'd have to sort of like live with condensation. I have looked at using that plastic sheeting that you can get to stick on as like temporary secondary double glazing, but I haven't actually tried it yet. I think it's one of the things that we are going to try this year, maybe.
But then you won't be able to open the window at all. Then,
yeah, but in winter, how many times do you open window? It's
yeah.
Yeah, one of our friends tried that stuff and really said it was good. So Glen was thinking about doing that as well. Teresa says hi from Fenny Lock. Alan says our Beta 38 would not restart in Leighton Buzzard. RCR found that oil from a recent engine service had covered the inline fuse, causing an open circuit on the contacts. Worth watching out for.
He must have spilled it, did he?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It's got to have been spilled.
Yeah, it's got to have
spilled. So you got to be careful when you're doing with oil because it can cause an open circuit on the contacts.
Most of our contacts are covered up anyway, so
I was nowhere near the engine anyway.
Okay. I've let Mr. Warner back in the chat, but now we can't see him, so I'm going to kick him back out again until he can get his internet sorted. Midge, Merry Christmas to you all. Narrowboat vlog of vlogs. Hello, Jack. You haven't missed much, Jack. Not at all. It's chaos here. We keep losing Glen, but you know. No need to apologise for being late. Tigger's mum, what a lovely surprise. Good evening. Charlie, we all love a bit of crackling. Not for Mr. Warner's phone, we don't. So that's why I've just kicked him out. It's just from the screen altogether now. I have a technical issue. What's the clicking, lol? Yeah, that's Glen. That's Glen. Dave says, hello, everyone. Oh, right. Great question from Jack here. Guys, what's the advantage of solar panels in a movable frame versus the kind that adheres directly to the roof?
I think it's so that the only difference I can see is they can aim them actually at the sun as it goes over during the day. That's the only gain I would see you get out of that.
I think the panels that are in frames are slightly better efficiency-wise than the ones that you can just stick to your roof. But like Jeff says, you know, I made frames for our 2 panels, so we can tilt them sideways and up and down, so we've got 4 ways movement, so wherever we moored we can follow the sun around, and it's amazing just that little bit of tilt into the sunlight, how much a difference it does make.
I think they're good. We never used our generator until like the clocks went back. It was great, loved it.
You just relied on solar power all the time.
Great.
Yeah. So Charlie says that he has double glazing. Well, I'm not surprised on Narrowboat City of Sheffield. That boat's got everything. It's So, but he says still cold.
I say, well, ours is lovely and warm.
Yeah. Your boat is always toasty warm. So Jack said Chris and Shell did an excellent vlog on condensation and how to limit it. We'll take a look at that, Jack. Thank you. Martin says my boat is single glazed and no condensation issues at all. Although I know many who do that. Although obviously I'm not qualified really to start chipping in on the technical aspects here, but our last boat never had any condensation issues, like never at all. Whereas Nutshell does, not masses, but you know, especially if I'm like cooking or drying, washing. But this boat has way more condensation than our last one, and I have no reason.
It's a better sealed boat, not so many drops. It might be.
I don't know. I have no
ventilation. They say ventilation's the key to to combating condensation.
We've got
Yeah.
them dehumidifier things.
Humidifiers.
Yeah, they're like little boxes you stick on the side. Once you fill them up, you throw them away.
Yeah.
How much do they take out?
Some people love those, and then some people say it takes, it causes the moisture in the air. I've read so many different posts on those. I have no idea whether. What do you think, Dave? Do you use those?
We have used them, but I think it depends on what heating system you've got. Where our solid fuel stove is down at the back of the boat, there's very little condensation in there. As you get further away from the stove, the windows up the bedroom end tend to have more condensation. So I think it's to do with heat as well, the heat and the ventilation. Like we said before, if we'd have done our boat again, we'd have had the stove more in the middle of the boat, so the heat would have spread evenly up and down. Obviously, we weren't in that position, but I think there's a lot of truth in that, because down back at boat where the stove is, there's very little condensation on the windows.
Mm.
Can you hear me now? Am I working?
We get it.
You're working, Mr. Warner.
I'm standing in the garage. My laptop's got about 18 minutes of battery, and I've got no charger. So
okay. Well,
I'll keep going until I run out.
Okay, well, it's good to have you with us, Glenn. It's good to have you with us, right?
You're talking about condensation down the boat. We get loads in our boat, don't we?
Yeah, I just said that. Yeah. So we do. Right. Just let me have a look at some more messages. Patricia, hope you have a lovely Christmas. Really enjoy your channel. Thanks, Patricia. Hope you have a lovely Christmas too. Jody, poor Mr. Warner. Yeah, I know. It's been a long day. It's been a long day for him. Merry Christmas.
Oh, go on. No, it doesn't matter.
Elaine. Hello, Elaine. Merry Christmas from Nova Scotia. Merry Christmas to you, Elaine. Trev is saying, well, I have the chat up but no video. My internet is not good tonight. Yeah, nor's Glen's.
No.
So
it's definitely better on my laptop. It's definitely better on my laptop.
It is no
crackling.
Yeah, well done. So another question from Jack. How often do folks adjust their panels for the sun movement? Yeah, we're talking solar panels and the tilt.
Never.
I thought about this the other day. I do it sometimes in the summer, but to be honest with you, in the winter, I just don't think it takes enough in anyway. And I know, because I noticed where we moor our boat now, people have them in like vertical, don't they, on stands at the side of the boat. But I think it's a bit of a faff. I don't know how much better it gets if it's direct. And anyway, when was the last time we had any sun?
Wind turbine, that's what we need.
Yeah, I've been standing in this pouring rain all day today. It don't matter which way my solar panels have been today.
While we're moored up in Marina, our panels are up, tilted one way all the time. Because sun sort of like comes round and we catch whatever sun we can get. But while we were out cruising, we sort of like, wherever we moored up, we did try and follow the sun with the solar panels. And I think it does create a lot more energy if you can tilt towards the sun.
If you can get them directly to the sun, yeah.
As well.
I've just seen a question come up there.
Glenn, don't you start coming in late and reading the chat.
Taking over.
I'm on it.
Hold on. Hold on. Right.
You want me to read it? I can see it.
No, go on then, Glenn. Go on then.
What is the minimum size engine for a 58-foot narrow boat? to attempt tidal rivers and fast flowing rivers? I don't know, but I know it doesn't actually always mean the size of the engine, because I think the prop can have an big impact, can't it? On the my phone's ringing now.
We've got crackles too much.
Yeah,
we've got a 50-foot boat with a 45 horsepower engine with the prop matched to the engine and the shell, but which is vastly overpowered for the size of the boat. But we did that because we do a lot of the tidal trend and the tidal ooze, and you know we can punch against the tide on the Trent without any problems whatsoever.
And that's 45 horsepower.
45 horsepower on a 50-foot boat. So
they've got a beta. They've got a beta 43 on a 57 footer. That should be all right, shouldn't it?
Be all right, yeah. You shouldn't have any problems, so long as you
ratio the gearbox and your props all right. I presume that's got to have an impact on it, isn't it? The gearbox ratio and the rate of the prop goes round. But
you don't have any problems with that engine in that size boat, as long as your props fairly decently matched.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's on ours, to be honest with you, but I think sometimes ours feels. It's been on the Thames, our boat. And I think the hydraulic drive obviously can take away some of the sort of gearbox sort of what would I call it, sort of raw power, because it's so soft. That sounds really weird, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. It's such a soft mechanism, the way it drives.
Smooth,
you know what I mean? I don't think it would take a lot to stop the prop going round. Because obviously it's being hydraulic, it's just relying on a hydraulic pump. So as much as the pump can give it is, whereas a gearbox is a direct drive from the engine, pretty much, isn't it? So as fast as the engine's going round, there's nothing sort of in between apart from the gearbox. What do they have in them? Do they have like a torque converter?
Well, it's just a pump, isn't it?
No, not for the hydraulic one. Just general, your everyday one, like yours. Obviously, there's no gears in it. Is it just like a one gear, or is it automatic?
With a goes forward and backwards, changes it. I think that's all, because there's only one lever.
Yeah, so it must be some sort of auto box that's some sort of torque converter.
Which box in, because you just go crank, and that's it, gone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think, Jesus, is it going to stick this? Because it goes from one, especially when you're turning, you're forward and you're straight in reverse. It handles it, no problem.
Yeah. So it must have some sort of, it's got to be a torque converter type of setup, isn't it? It's got to be some sort of bell in there that does it. But
there's different boxes in there. There's hydraulic and there's mechanical boxes. So depending on which one you've got, we've got a PRM, which up till this year we haven't had any problems with it. It's been fine. But I know earth boxes, HUTH, earth. I think they're mechanical boxes.
Yeah. I'm just reading something else. Oh, it's Dale, isn't it? Dale.
Dale.
Evening to you all. I've got a Beta Marine 43 horsepower on a 58-foot narrowboat and have no problem. We'll find out when we do the Ribble link. Good luck with that, Dale. It looks dangerous to me. I've watched loads of videos on the Ribble link.
Film it. Louise wants to do that, so I want to have a look at it before I do it myself.
Yeah. Claire said you're going to nod. Claire said, "Are you going to nod off, Lisa?"
I mean, I've glazed over. I'm not even listening to the words that they're saying. I stopped listening ages ago. Let me run through some more of these. So Tigger's mum says that she's got solar panels on her roof, and that she is dependent on the sun being out when it's on your panel. So Tigger's mum, she doesn't actually live on a narrowboat. She lives in an off-grid tiny home. So but still,
somewhere more sunny than here.
Yeah, well, hopefully. She says, is my cup big enough? No. Another one from Jack. Is rock wall insulation an issue with condensation?
You had rock wool, didn't you? You said about that the other day. You've upgraded it, haven't you, now to spray foam?
Back in 2018, I ripped the inside of the boat out completely because we used when I first fitted the shell out, I used rock wool because it was just going to be an holiday boat, so it didn't really matter. But we noticed the condensation; it went to a terrible. Since we've had it spray foamed, an absolute vast improvement because you don't get any cold spots or anything. The spray foam gets in all nooks and crannies and everything. It's so much better, so much better.
Yeah,
Best
we've got polystyrene in ours, which is unusual for a 2000. I know it's unusual, but that's what, because it was someone self-fitted it out, and I just can't bring myself to rip the whole boat out to do it.
It took me 6 months to put ours back together.
Yeah, and that's it. You're 50 what foot, and we're 70 something.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, unless you're not working and you've got time to do it. I mean, we bought a little cruiser for Lou and dogs to stay on while I did the boat. I got the boat to myself. You couldn't live on the boat and do a job like that. It'd be impossible.
No.
So we bought a little cruiser for a couple of months. Well, what we thought were going to be a couple of months, it stretched into 6 months. But I was working full time, so we're doing it at nights. Put it both back together at nights and at weekends. So it were a long 6 months, but it were infinitely worth it.
Yours spray foam, Jeff?
Yep.
Yeah. I just don't think. I think it was bought as literally an empty shell, nutshell, and I think someone just obviously decided that the polystyrene was the easiest route. It's quite thick, but it's both of our boats that we've had polystyrene in. So I think it's quite old fashioned, isn't it now, really?
But you can get
like
that
couple.
can't you? That's like coated both sides, but that you can actually stick to metal.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That's supposed to be better, but I don't think it's a patch on spray foam insulation.
Yeah. Thanks. yeah. I knew that, to be honest with you. If we bought another boat, I'd definitely look for a spray foam one. So anyway, go on then, Lisa. What have we got?
Right, so Melanie says, are the mushroom vents open for circulation to help with condensation? So do mushroom vents help?
I think that's what they're for. I think they're also, obviously, if you do get any sort of gases, they're right at the top of the boat. So any like carbon monoxide should disappear out of them and stuff like that. I presume that's why they're at the top and the highest point of the boat. I'm not 100% sure, but I presume it's just to help air circulation. And then again, our windows are so drafty, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. On the BSS, you've got what they call high line ventilation, which is your mushroom vents. And then your vents in your door are your low level ventilation. But gas and carbon monoxide is actually heavier than air, so it sinks to the bottom.
I thought carbon monoxide was light.
No,
does it sink down, does it? There's no point having our carbon monoxide thing up the top then, is there?
No, I think they say that you got to have them up the top, don't they? This one says it's got.
I think if it gets to the top, you're in trouble.
Well, I'd rather know at the bottom.
But I think they do the calculation when they do the BSS. They calculate how big your mushroom vents onto how big the inside of your boat is, and how big the vents in your doors and your hatches are, and there's a calculation that and it covers your gas hob if you've got central heating and your log burner or wood burner or whatever, it's all took into consideration to how much ventilation you have. But the mushroom vents aren't closable, or they shouldn't be. They're permanently open, because they don't allow even the vents in your doors. You're not allowed to have them closable. No way you can shut them off. You're not allowed to have them. You've got to have a permanent vent.
Yeah, we've got those. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. What else you got, Lisa? Because I'm conscious my battery's going on my laptop.
We may not get to them all then this time. So Alan has given me some great bit of gardening advice there. So thanks for that, Alan. That's really useful. Jackie said, Narrowboat Experience posted a couple of days ago that tilting their solar panels raised the amps from 5 to 30. So it did make a big difference tilting them.
Okay.
So
I'll
Narrowboat.
get you turn on the boat and hold them then.
Yeah, no. Narrowboat Girl says hello. She says hi everyone. Claire, hello. How's garden going? It's going well. It's going good. I haven't done anything yet, Claire, but it's getting there. Sue says poor Glen. At least to put him in the garage. No, I didn't. He's been working hard all day fixing a car. Linda says hello from West Virginia, that she enjoys our channel. Thank you, Linda. That's really kind of you. You've answered that one about rivers. 5 times right.
Yes, Glen, it is, Deborah. It's live. We're live.
We're live. Yeah, you could only get this sort of chaos live.
Yeah.
Deborah says hi from Kentucky. The Beery Boater says good. I've brought a Beta 43 for my 57 footer.
We saw that one.
Yeah, sorry. Claire says she watched a video where made a DIY solar mover which follows the sun with a light sensor and an old motor. Come on, Glen, get tinkering, Claire says.
Right, my thing's just come up with a 4-minute warning and it's likely to shut down any minute.
Okay, so look, we're going to lose Glen in a minute. So there are so many questions that we haven't got round to answer.
Can we get to them and jot them down for next time?
We should actually be able to get the comments. What I'm going to say is, because this was a little bit hectic, because obviously Glen didn't make it back to the boat. Oh, my computer's just said it's going to go flat as well. Let me just plug it. Hold on. So,
all right.
Because this isn't how it was supposed to be. I wasn't even supposed to be here. Can people let us know if they would like this to happen again after Christmas, i.e., talking.
We'll try and make it a little. We'll make sure it's better. Yeah. Or find an alternative source. I'm about to go. So okay.
Okay. So we'll see you later, Glen, and I'll just find out if everybody would like to do this again. Right. Okay.
I'll see you in
Glen. Oh, I've cut him off. He's gone. He's out of it. So Jack says this has been a great chat. So just let us know if you'd like more technical after Christmas. Chris says yes, love it. So let's do this again after Christmas, and hopefully I won't have to be involved. We'll have loads of questions for you to answer, and you can chat all technical stuff to your heart.
You've done a great job, Lisa.
Thank you, and thank you everybody for watching. It's been chaos, but thanks for sticking with us. Thanks everyone. Bye.